Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to talk about why I pay extra on my houses. Now I have two houses for all of those who don't know. One is at a 2.625% interest rate. The other one is at a 2.99 interest rate. When you combine those together, divided by 2, that equates to about a 2.81% interest rate. That is so much lower than inflation. In fact, on my savings account, I'm getting about a 5% interest rate right now. Why would I lose money paying off my house early? And why am I still doing it? Right? That is the question that everyone wants to know. Why am I not just putting my money in savings or investments, knowing I can make way more money doing that than actually paying off my house early? The reason I do that is because of stress. I'm not stressed out being a homeowner at all. It is actually a very smooth ride. I have great tenants. Everything is top notch and okay. However, when you are preparing for a rainy day, when you are trying to be the best that you can be, you don't want something looming over you. It's not looming over my head, it's looming over my neck. And that might even be worse. Right? It might even be worse that I have something looming over me, period. And then every single month, every single day, I'm trying to chip at it slowly, little by little. In fact, the amount that I took out to purchase these properties are not that large in the grand scheme of things, but for me, it's the most money that you ever taken out in your life, right? If you're purchasing a house, that's the most money that you're potentially taking out, and I did that twice. And so, I have to work with that fact that this is the largest amount right now in my mid-20s that I have to deal with. And obviously I may have larger mortgages in the future, larger responsibilities in the future, but also bigger checks coming in, right? With that being said, everyone wants to know, why am I paying on something that's less than 3% interest when I can be getting 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12% in the stock market? And I even showed some people my stock market portfolio the other day. I'm averaging 28% returns, even in what they would call a recession. It is absolutely not a recession. All right, the reason why, again, is because of stress. You don't want to stress. You don't want to think about a payment. Imagine having all your tenants paying on time, all your rents coming in on time, but you don't have a mortgage anymore, right? Everything's peaches and cream. Everything is beautiful. Everything is up to date, but you don't have a bill looming over your head anymore. I mean, that's where you want to be. I actually have a tenant that is non-paying, and imagine if I wasn't already in charge of the property, able to live in the property and reap the benefits of it, and yet I still had to pay the mortgage on that property. I would be absolutely upset. Now I have another property that I don't live in, that I've had the blessing of having a paying tenant, so I never had to deal with paying on something where I wasn't actually living in the unit. So thankfully I have a great paying tenant in that property. However, I can only imagine tenants who have debt to service and a non-paying tenant, what that feels and looks like to them. So not having that monthly payment would make things all the more easier. Just saying, oh, that's just 2 months, chalk it up to the game. That's just 2 months. It is what it is. Like, when you have money, you worry less. When you don't have to shell it out, you worry less. And so for me, although yes, I could make more money not paying extra, I choose to make less money to have more financial freedom. And, to each their own. If you're okay with carrying debt all the time, you're probably not going to have my mindset. You're probably not going to have the greatest credit score. You're probably not going to be on top of all your debts and service them accordingly. You're probably not going to be where I am. Now, that's not to say that you can't do it with debt and love debt and do everything on debt, but you're going to live a life where you're always chasing your tail. You're never ahead of the ball game. And when I say never ahead of the ball game, I mean you're never at a position where you could just pay everything off and not have to worry about debt to service whatsoever. And because of that, you're always going to need to work. I choose to work, and I'm going to choose when I don't work because I can service all my debts and pay them off immediately. That's where I decided to be in my life, and that's where I want everyone else to be in their life. You don't want to always have debt looming over you. In fact, I plan to be debt-free completely in my 50s, if not sooner, if I decide to not take out additional mortgages for additional properties in order to get additional rental income. And so, like I said, to each their own. If you have credit card debt, if you have a car loan, if you have anything that you have to service, that you're like, man, what could I do with the money that I'm making, earning, or getting passively with that out of my life, right? How much money am I giving up in my future right now to invest into me right now so that I can have a carefree life where I don't owe anyone money, right? Where I don't have to pay a bank, where I don't have to pay X, Y, and Z. When I actually truly own my home and it's not actually owned by the bank. When I got that deed in hand, right? A lot of people can't even imagine a life like that. A lot of people can't even imagine having a deed to their car, needless to talk about a house. And so I'm just trying to open up people's minds to understand that money isn't all that important. Sometimes it's better to just have simple peace of mind. And if you like this video, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You know I post every single day at 8 a.m. daily on YouTube and Rumble. And if you want to know a full breakdown of my mortgage expenses and how much I pay, I'd be happy to disclose that. Just let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll make a video on that as well. And I will see you on the next one. Peace.